Since AxieInfinity's launch, the Ronin network has proven itself as a capable blockchain gaming scaling solution, and the hype that followed AxieInfinity during the last bull run speaks volumes to that effect. However, the Ronin network has got its own flaws. A score on the lower end of our criteria could indicate a relatively high risk associated with Ronin, which could be an indication of higher returns in turn. Do you guys agree with that assessment? Let us know in the comment section. So, how did Ronin do in our evaluation using our DYOR risk evaluation? Keep watching. Hi guys, this is FD for Sage5.tv once more, back with another video, and today we are going to jump into Ronin network, the blockchain behind one of the most popular games, AxieInfinity. Some people made lots of money from that gaming project. Anyway, so back to Ronin then. The Ronin cryptocurrency is an EVM based blockchain for play to earn games, with their signature project being AxieInfinity, built by Sky Mavis, a South Korean based entity. The developers behind AxieInfinity, Ronin blockchain offers developers infrastructure to build high-performance, feature-rich blockchain projects. Ronin was specifically customized to be a long-term scaling solution for AxieInfinity, meaning it is optimized to enable virality and to improve global access to the blockchain gaming revolution. These aspects make Ronin a natural fit for collectibles, art, and gaming. By the way, Ronin means samurai without a master, and this idea mirrors the motivation behind Ronin Network's creation, a desire to take a product's destiny into the community's own hands. Ronin came about as a result of the limitations of the Ethereum blockchain with its high gas fees, network congestion, and lacking scalability, all attributes required for onboarding millions of users to the crypto-based gaming ecosystem. Ronin launched in 2021 as an Ethereum sidechain to help drive the growth of AxieInfinity, a game that was heading towards mainstream adoption around that time. This means that the Ronin network could provide fast, cheap, and a reliable network to deal with the demands of AxieInfinity. As an Ethereum sidechain, Ronin network is an independent blockchain that uses what is known as proof of authority or PoA, which allows for fast transactions due to its limited number of selected validators, which makes it more centralized than decentralized. At the moment, the Ronin team is working on migrating its consensus model towards proof of staked authority or PoSA, a model which is a combination of proof of authority and delegated proof of stake or DPoS. This in turn should allow holders of the RON token to be validators, thereby increasing the Ronin network's decentralization attributes. Let's jump into some of Ronin network's value proposition. It has cheap transaction fees. The Ronin blockchain offers cheap and fast transactions with a confirmation time of between 2 to 3 seconds. This makes it well suited to a game like AxieInfinity, which requires a high frequency of transaction confirmation. Asset ownership is another value proposition. Here, users can withdraw AxieInfinity assets back to the Ethereum mainnet with its Ronin bridge. That means players can benefit from the profits they earned playing the game and conveniently swap tokens to other cryptocurrencies. Ronin is also used for onboarding users and fiat on ramp. This lowers the barriers to entry for new users or players. Let's briefly look at some of Ronin network's ecosystem, and here we are only going to focus on native Ronin projects, not third-party projects, if that makes sense. So you've got AxieInfinity, a battle game to collect fierce and adorable creatures called Axies. Its signature game to date is AxieInfinity, the Ronin wallet where users can stash their digital assets. You've got the Mavis Hub, a launchpad for promising blockchain games, as well as a market to sell digital asset items in a permissionless manner. Now, as part of our evaluation, we also need to look into Ronin network's use cases. So one of them is for governance purposes. This is conducted via a decentralized mechanism. Apart from validators, there is a group of governors. Each validator has a corresponding governor account. The governors are empowered to vote for changes such as adding and removing validators, upgrading contracts, change threshold, and so forth. Staking through validators to earn rewards on Ronin, facilitation of all transactions on the Ronin blockchain. The Ronin network also provides the infrastructure to build high-performance blockchain-based play-to-earn games that are fast and allow for in-game macro payments. As far as decentralization is concerned, currently the Ronin mainnet uses a proof of authority or PoA consensus algorithm. At the bootstrap or at inception of the network, carefully selected trusted validators were predefined to secure the network. After that, validators could be added or removed if the decision was approved by the majority of currently active validators. Now let's move on to an incident-packed security element. Ronin is an Ethereum-compatible sidechain utilizing a proof of authority consensus mechanism. Proof of authority is a reputation-based consensus mechanism with a fairly centralized nature, as validators are selected by the team based on their reputation. So, for example, you've got Binance, Ubisoft, and Animoca brands as some of the validators validators for Ronin network. They are responsible for authoring and validating blocks, updating price oracles, and approving deposits and transfers of assets to and from Ronin. Validators also control the addition and removal of other validators. So you can tell vested interest can come to mind and can come into play there. However, in March 2022, the Ronin network was the victim of one of the largest DeFi hacks to date, according to Sky Mavis, the makers of the blockchain NFT game AxieInfinity. The attackers stole approximately 173,600 Ethereum tokens and 25.5 million USDC tokens, all coming up to a total of 624 million. The Ronin network hack was made possible by compromised private keys. Lessons learned from that hacking or from that exploit: the lack of decentralization, obviously. So those are some of the consequences where protocols are not decentralized enough. It's easy to exploit the network. Excessive permissions and monitoring, which was non-existent, because I believe the exploit was found through users, not the project team, but the users who discovered that there was no liquidity because it was all gone, but the team did not know that. That's terrible. Anyway, as far as scaling is concerned, the Ronin blockchain optimizes for near instant transactions and negligible fees, which allow for millions of in-game microtransactions to occur seamlessly without congesting the network. With a block time of around 3 seconds, it is capable of processing over 200 transactions per second and executing trades on the Axie marketplace and sending assets over the network can take seconds. The waning popularity of the AxieInfinity game has led to a collapse in daily transactions processed on the Ronin network, which is now averaging 100,000 per day. When it comes to interoperability, as an Ethereum compatible sidechain utilizing a proof of authority, Ronin is also an EVM compatible network, which means it can in principle interact with an EVM compatible smart contract. In addition, the Ronin bridge allows for digital assets to be moved between Ronin blockchain and the Ethereum mainnet. Social media presence, you got on Twitter. Ronin has got over 113,700 Twitter followers, as well as just over 6,700 Discord members. The project team consists of 126 members according to LinkedIn. Let's jump onto the tokenomics for Ronin. Ticker symbol RON, RON. Total supply 1 billion. Circulating supply 174.2 million or 17%. Token allocation, the community was allocated 30%, project team 30%, ecosystem funds 15%, staking rewards 25%, insider token allocation 45%. So that is a brief overview of the Ronin network, the blockchain that houses AxieInfinity. So as part of our DYO, our risk evaluation, we are going to apply the following 13 elements, and those 13 elements are as follows. We've got decentralization, security, scaling, interoperability, project team, social media via Twitter, as well as social media via Discord, age of the project, use cases, tokens issued at project launch, tokens in circulation at the point at which we are doing this video, as well as maximum tokens available before we close with insider token allocation. Once we've allocated scores from 0 to 10, we then aggregate the scores, and it is the aggregate score that we need to classify under one of the 4 risk categories. And those 4 risk categories are as follows. The least risk category, or the best category that you would want your project to fall under, we call that go for it category. Here a project will have scored 110 to 130 points out of 130. Next, below that, we call that potential category. A project will have scored 90 to 109 points out of 130. Third level down, we call that could go to 0. A project will have scored 65 points to 89 points out of 130. The least attractive category, or the highest risk category, we call that no-go category, and the project will have scored 0 to 64 points out of 130. So those are the 4 risk categories. Where do we think Ronin network is going to come under? Guys, this is not financial advice. This is just my own take on Ronin. We're reviewing Ronin. Why? Because it's home to one of the common and most popular games of the last bull run, AxieInfinity. It's worth reviewing it to see what contributed to that success, and does Ronin still have great potential for investors to jump in? That's the whole purpose of this. Once we establish a risk criteria, as an investor, you need to make your own decision. Do you want to take the risk? Do you want to jump in? Mind you, any investment, there is no zero risk investment. Any investment is risky because it can go to 0, especially within the crypto markets. Now, here are the scores we've allocated to Ronin network. Decentralization, 2.5 points out of 10. Security, 5 points out of 10. Scaling, 7.5 points out of 10. Interoperability, 5 points out of 10. Project team, 10 points out of 10. Social media presence, Twitter, 7.5 points out of 10. Discord, 2.5 points out of 10. Age of the project, 2.5 points out of 10. Use cases, give 10 points out of 10 because we think they've got a good basket of use cases there over at Ronin. Tokens issued at project launch, 2.5 points out of 10. Tokens in circulation at the point at which we're doing this video, 2.5 points out of 10. Maximum tokens available, 5 points out of 10. Insider token allocation, 2.5 points out of 10. Do you guys agree with the scores we've allocated to Ronin Network? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. The aggregate score for Ronin Network comes up to 65 points out of 130, which puts Ronin Network just within the could go to zero category. Straight through. Do you guys agree with that score? Let us know in the comment section. Do you think Ronin should be right at the lower end of our could go to zero scale? Again, let us know your thoughts in the comment section. As far as we're concerned, based on the experience with AxieInfinity, this could be one project that offers the highest risk, but also potentially the highest rewards. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section. Don't just ape into this. I'm not making a call for people to go and invest in this. I'm just doing a risk evaluation to see if it's really worth investing into Ronin Network. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comment section. For transparency, I currently do not hold either AxieInfinity or Ronin Network. I did hold AxieInfinity during the last bull run and I sold somewhere on its way down, close to the top, but on its way down. It was coming down then. Anyway, guys, that was our view on Ronin Network, what it offers, whether it is a good investment. What are your thoughts? Let us know again. Until next time, guys, this is FD, your host for today, with an evaluation and our take on Ronin Network, the home of AxieInfinity. Until next time, bye for now.